Getting ready to go live. And we're live! Yay!
It still
Welcome!
says waiting on you.
What?
It still says waiting on you on here.
Yeah, well, it's live.
Well, then
Am I
Martin is having fun. There we go.
Okay, why?
Well, there we go. Hello, everybody. All three of you who are here, who I'm pretty sure two of them are me. We're here to talk about Starship Discovery. It's a never-ending quest to give me a stroke. So, ladies, what did each of you think of this? Rambling, just give me a heads up. She watched it like minutes ago.
Literally minutes ago.
Okay, I'm not going to dignify that with a response because otherwise I'm going to change your name to Burnham Revan in a minute.
I can't change my name. This is my stream.
What? Wouldn't it be Revan Burnham?
Yeah, there we go.
Actually, it'd be Michael Revan. Just get it right.
Yeah.
Commander, Captain, President Michael Revan.
That you're not making yourself sound better.
No.
No, I just sound worse.
Yeah.
You mean?
But
Yeah.
that's every second of the show at this point.
I know, right? Dear
So
God.
Vince.
Oh, hold on. Guys, I would like to welcome to the panel Common Sense Africa. Hello, Common Sense France.
Go fuck yourself.
You wish.
No, even he has better taste.
Hey!
Sorry. I like my Irishmen, more liquored up, we'll say, I don't want the night needs to be forgotten. Let's just put it to you that way.
I forgot my liquor.
Yeah. Well,
I have pumpkin spice still. I'm so happy about that.
well, Maxis, as I have told you many times, you are a basic white bitch.
I will take full credit for that at this point.
Yes.
Bottoms up.
Exactly.
Sounds like we're already getting into Discovery. Oh, yeah. Just saying.
I think that's
God.
what the writers think at this point. Every time they're about to make a new episode, they're like, let's grab the booze.
Yeah.
Or they're grabbing something else, to which I will not utter here because I don't want to get struck.
Yeah, that's fair.
No.
Although it is helpful that they do allow us, to have the Admiral of Starfleet let us speak for the fans when we're asked, what do we think of Discovery? He answered it pretty well. It's pretty good for shit.
I have never.
Oh God! Oh, that
that
irked
was
me
the
so
only
much.
line that was okay with this at this point.
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but they never actually explained where the replicators, okay, let's say for example, I know you're Irish, but we'll just say you got a big helping for a big plate of bangers and mash. Okay, let's just say you got a big hankering. Okay, you go to the replicator and you say, computer, I'd like a large plate of bangers and mash. You don't think, I wonder where that bangers and mash originally came from. Like, why do you have to explain that? There's a little mystery to it that I didn't want killed.
Yeah.
And you shit on it.
But here's the problem with that whole theory. He didn't just say the food replicators. He said all replicators, which therefore implies all ship parts, all the ships. Everything was basically made of shit. I'm just saying.
That hypo spray filled with medication, it's shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey. You know that.
Maxis, hang on 1 second. I know you got a cold. I need to inject this shit in you.
Congratulations. I'm sorry that your unborn child needs a new kidney. Let me just shove one out. I have the antidote right here.
Like, hey, you need a new liver? I've got the thing. I got to sit.
let me go eat some Taco Bell. I'll be back in a half.
Oh wait, isn't that how Discovery scripts are written? Okay.
They just get a refill pad and they leave it down, and then they just like leave it down and Taco Bell.
Are we sure that's not
Wait,
what the food
they
replicator
have
were
to
called? Taco
replicate
Bell?
their Taco Bell.
Guys, this was a different layer to chocolate cake. The fact that
Oh
they're
no!
Oh, fucking. But that just shows the stupidity of this show, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, okay, the problem is every time they try to give us like a member berry or something, they do it in the worst way possible, like putting an A after Discovery, or
Discovery A.
the fucking Voyager being in the freaking like.
Yes,
really, you haven't come up with a better design than the Intrepid in 300 years, you jackasses. You know, like what the fuck?
I
Like,
mean,
They try to do a member berry and then they completely F it up. Just like in next week's episode, they drop a member berry.
yeah.
But boy, oh boy, is that going to be fun.
Do you know what's
Rambling?
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Raven. Go ahead.
Yeah, Rambling, go ahead. Tell the guys so
Okay,
may not have
so-
heard.
If anybody has seen the preview for next week, it isn't a spoiler. So, of all people they're going to allow Burnham to quote, they're allowing her to quote Kirk.
Yep.
And basically the line goes, this is a no-win situation. And her line is, I don't believe in those.
Yeah.
Way to go to piss off your whole fandom in 30 seconds flat.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Just saying.
that happened years ago with the name Star Trek Discovery.
Well, there is that.
Yeah.
But what makes
But
me
Here we
laugh,
go again.
yeah, but what makes me laugh is she was stabbed in the leg, but yes, with the knife in her leg, she kept pulling on the guy with no screaming coming out of her at all.
Well, it's not only that, but there are several things that are wrong with that scene. One, her leg would be useless now, but apparently she can still kill the twit. Secondly, she pulls the knife out. Now,
Yes.
I'm not a doctor, but I've had to take first aid a few times. That's the last fucking thing you do.
Exactly. And she didn't even put any pressure on it afterwards.
And then she waits about 15 minutes before she does the old, well, I'll just fix this with a phaser. I really wish that would have been set to kill, since she would have vaporized herself, and that would have been the
But don't you
fucking
mean the phaser that went back into her wrist?
Oh, it's just dumb.
Okay. Did you notice something about that phaser that I noticed that was a little bit odd? What is another show that is very popular that is helmed by a comedian that uses a hand weapon that looks oddly similar?
Star Wars?
No,
The Orville.
Orville.
Okay.
Yeah.
That hand
It
phaser.
did look
If
really close to the
you know what,
Orville.
let me try and I can't do a side
If
by
you
side right here.
actually no, if CSA, what you do is you get it up on Google, phrasing, and then you share screen, and I will put it up for you.
No. What? Hang on 1 second. All right. Well, I got to find the images first. So
Yeah.
keep talking. But I could be
Well-
wrong. Let me just confirm that I'm
Yeah.
not crazy here.
Oh,
Okay,
well,
well,
you are crazy. But what really confused me is the layout of Osiris' ship, because there's a floating bit out to the front. Okay, I have many questions. How does that? Oh, hold on, Ramblin actually has it. Boop. Oh my God, you're right. That is the bloody.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the Orville pistol.
Oh my God.
Except the one in Discovery is just a little bit longer. But if design wise, they're like 95% identical.
But I mean, seriously, they stole from the Orville, and next week they're stealing from TOS. I don't believe in no-win scenarios. Burning me alive, no-win scenario.
To be fair, the Discovery one is more along the lines of TOS. So if you are going to argue who stole from who, it would be the other way around. Because the Discovery phaser is basically an upgraded TOS model.
But it shouldn't be. Because the Discovery phaser is 1,000 years ahead now. It should not even look like anything that we'd recognize.
That's your Discovery phaser.
Hold on. Yeah. Yes, but
it looks basically like it got a paint job.
Yeah.
It did get a paint job.
I meant that's the only thing.
But the thing is, they're no longer using that in Discovery.
So, I mean, technically, if you wanted to make the argument that Discovery stole from Orville, it would be the other way around.
It would be, but I mean, because the Orville came out first in terms of with that pistol design.
Yes.
So, because like because Discovery was an entirely experimental craft, you're getting all the new experimental shit. You were basically our experimental test bed with the Spore Drive and all this other shit.
Yeah.
And that was the pistol that they gave them. I would buy it.
Yes.
But they didn't. So
if they really wanted Discovery to be experimental, what you should have had them doing is had maybe one or two officers with different weapons, and you show as Series 1 progresses, more and more of the officers and the cast give up whatever gun they had and starts going to the TOS gun. That's how you do experimental.
Yeah, there's ways around it, but I mean, so like something else in this episode that I found interesting. Okay, remember how the Emerald Chain was doing their quote unquote maneuvers or whatever? So the Federation dispatched a massive chunk of their fleet there. What's the very first thing that we see in this episode happening?
The ship chasing the Discovery.
Exactly. So if you know that is the whatever the Orion chick's name is, if you know that's her flagship, if you know that's her flagship, why aren't you like, holy crap, we need to recall the fleet? There could be more ships incoming.
Okay, but I'm going to step in there and say one even more. Why in the fuck am I watching the intro to A New Hope?
I know.
Think about it. It's shot for shot A New Hope.
Yeah, except you're missing Darth Vader and Stormtroopers.
Seriously, it is shot for shot A New Hope.
Yeah, it was.
Replace the green chick ship with a Star Destroyer, and replace Book Discovery with the ship that Leia had. It is shot for shot A New Hope.
Aren't we just lucky that Discovery had to lower its shields for some magical reason?
No. To be fair, Discovery had to lower their shields because the Nebula kicked its ass.
Marcus says the only experiment in Discovery is how little effort can be put into a script before the page literally explodes.
No, okay. I have a question. Because I have a theory, but it only works if this question is answered correctly.
Okay.
Does anybody here ever watch wrestling from the 90s?
No.
I mean, I did some when I was a kid.
Okay, did you watch WCW near its end?
I don't. I was a kid, so I don't remember the names of it. I just remember.
No. All I need to know is you watched it.
I'm gonna answer yes. I'm trying to remember. Okay. God, that was over fucking 20 years.
So here's my theory: Star Trek Discovery does not have a writer's room. That's a cover. Star Trek Discovery has a ghostwriter.
The person in the audience, Marcus, actually watches it occasionally.
Okay, so he might get this. All right, so Star Trek Discovery does not have a writer's room.
Yes.
Star Trek Discovery has a ghostwriter, which basically means somebody who writes things but doesn't get the credit. Okay?
Okay.
Now, here's the theory. There is only one person I have ever seen that has written something this stupid. From what I understand, Star Trek Discovery is written by Vince Russo. If you need to know any more about Vince Russo, all you need to know is he wrote the damn scenes for Buff Bagwell's mom on a pole match. This has Vince Russo written all over it. Just saying.
Oh God. Okay. Isn't there someone Alan
Oh my
who's
God.
sorry, what's that, Maxis?
Oh, I googled Vince Russo.
But
Marcus J is laughing, so he got it. So that makes me feel better.
yes.
Vince
Congratulations,
Russo has
Marcus.
to be writing this shit because he's the only person I could ever think of that would write something this stupid.
Yeah. But what I'd
argue Rian Johnson, but I don't even know if he's that stupid. Well, no, check.
Actually-
No, he is. He's probably that stupid.
Actually, Rian Johnson has admitted that he can't write for shit.
Okay.
And it's okay, guys. He can swear on this stream. This is listed not for kids.
I've already sworn, so we kind of broke that mold already.
We
Well-
broke it at least.
Welcome,
Several
Manuel
times.
Gamer.
Several times. I mean, like,
Whoops.
what was so? Owen, you and I were watching this the other day. All right, or was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Yesterday. So we're watching this, and do you remember how many times I'd be like, never mind.
I do.
No point in
I
trying
do.
to explain it. How many
actually-
times did I say that?
I actually do. I think you said it like you said. Hold on, wait. Forget it.
Yeah, I said it maybe a half dozen times at least during the episode, maybe more.
Yeah, you. Towards the end, I think that's all you said.
Yeah, it was just.
Yeah.
Oh, don't you just love the robots?
Oh my God.
Because here's the problem with that entire theory. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If I remember right, when this stupid data was transferred to Discovery, it filled the capacity of the computer. Did it not?
It did, yes.
But
Okay.
you also remember.
So what did they do? Zip drive this shit so that it could fit in?
But the stupid thing is, instead of the little robots showing, send a little hologram out of the sphere itself to show, hey, we are the sphere. No, they showed an old movie. What if Tilly had gone? You know what? Pew pew. Spear date is gone. And why are they only 3 of them in that entire?
Well,
ship?
I'm gonna make the assumption that it's all of them. It was just 3 that showed up.
Okay, where's the rest? Pretended to be normal?
No, they're getting ready, like droid army,
Yeah, of course.
in the next, they got to save some shit for part 2. I mean, come on.
Well, of course.
For their
I just had a
season
great
finale.
thought. What if the droids came up to them, or robots, whatever, and they're like, "Are you control?" And all I hear is "Roger, Roger."
Yeah.
That
So they have to change
so
it. It's gonna be
great.
Dodger. It's gonna be Dodger. Roger. Disney will have their ass.
Can I just ask
Um,
this? If
Yeah, go ahead.
if you have essentially it's a consciousness, it's an
Yes.
it's an AI, an artificial consciousness, okay?
Mhm.
If you have it in the ship and it can take over the ship to protect itself, like we saw in season 2, the
Why didn't
moment
it?
it did.
It
No,
did.
no, I'm saying why didn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
It did.
Why didn't it do anything here? Because here's the thing: if you know the crew is limited, is isolated into very specific spots, why not just vent the atmosphere? And then once everyone's dead, that
Speaking
the AI
of
can get
venting the atmosphere, how is Burnham still alive? Because
Seriously,
the
she was
computer,
breathing the entire time.
the computer
while she was holding on to
vents
that thing
this
as
stupid.
those vents were
turbo shift shaft that she's in, vents the oxygen out. She breathes perfectly fine. She's not gasping for air. None of this shit. How? What?
If you look at how close St. John High Burnham was to the door when it said door closing, is it a shield? Is it a door that closes down because it manually opened up? So
yeah,
what the hell?
But even still, it sucked out all of the oxygen.
Yes.
What does Burnham breathe?
And also, what
Magic.
goes around skin to actually keep it at a point
Yeah.
where she wouldn't be a prune?
Something I find very interesting is that during the whole course of Burnham's thing, she's trying to act all stealthily and this and that. How the hell did you not get people like, there's a trail of blood on the ground. Nah, it'll be fine. Like,
no, you know what they realized? It's a ship full of women. There's bound to be trails of blood everywhere.
I'm not responding to that.
I would like to apologize for that joke.
No, bullshit.
Please send all your mail to Evan.com.
Please send all your mail to Rambling Canucks house.
No. Send it to the Irish lad.
Yeah, I mean, all he has to do is just get into a drunken rage, see your mail, just use it for toilet paper, and be like, "Ha! What do you think about that?"
Hey, it's probably more toilet paper for them than dealing with certain virus here. Need another to just send the mail.
Yeah, I know, right?
Send all your hate mail to Alex Kurtzman. Yeah,
I know, right? And did you know that
the problem is then that would be the assumption.
And you spelled mail wrong.
Said hate mail.
Yeah, enter hate mail. I think Griffin's already been
words, people. No big words. Don't use big words.
It's okay. He's Irish. We can only speak in 3-letter words anyways for him. After that, he has a really hard time.
No consonants either.
We
have to speak in clicks and whistles.
If I was watching, just do it, brother.
You know, do it.
Okay, how funny would it have been if Tilly, when they come up and they're like, "Are you here to help us?" Yeah, and then all you hear her say is, "Go that way." Which again, and that whole scene. So they blow the force field off of the armory. Okay, so you can get all access to guns. Do you see anybody actively starting to grab guns?
No.
So
Okay,
then when they turn around, where's the Matrix moment where all of a sudden everyone's dual wielding shit?
Yeah, well, here's my other problem. Okay, here's my other problem. That happens in the next episode. Didn't you see the preview?
I did.
Yes.
Okay, but here's my question. Okay, didn't Burnham just blow up the spore drive?
No.
Yeah.
They were in engineering.
No, they were in engineering, and then they went to a different area.
We hope. Otherwise, she just blew up the spore drive, and they're not getting anywhere anymore.
I'm pretty sure if you blew up the spore drive, there'd be a much bigger explosion.
But then again, they did do a complete refit on it in like 12 hours. So I think
here's another question:
Yeah.
When the fuck did the tardigrades go extinct?
Well, the only time we see the tardigrade anyways is for 2 or 3 episodes, and the last time we see it is that it does they eject it into space, and then it does the whole spinning lightning thing, and then just goes in a blue beam, and that's the last we ever see or hear of it. So
yes, but
they just threw that in there for shits and giggles.
Yeah,
but I mean, as soon as they got to the future, what they should have done, by all rights, is they should have turned around and said, "So you're telling me that with this device and this mushroom field that's in your basement, that we can free yourselves of the lithium forever?" Yes. Take his blood, send it to all the Federation engineers, and start regrowing these spores, we're going to save the Federation. That should have been episode 1.
Yeah, but see, the problem is the only motherfucker right now that can operate a spore drive is Stamets.
That's because nobody had the bright side to take his genetics from him and replant it into everyone.
Well, you basically have to kill him, which is what he says in this episode.
Kill him.
Did they say they were going to have to kill him?
No.
He said it.
He
Damn
said
it,
himself
actually
during
said
while
it.
talking with that scientist.
Oh,
who
no,
not
you're right.
remember
No,
the
Basically
name.
have to kill me.
Yes, no, you're right. You're right. I had a quick
Kill me.
replay. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, but then he's like, no, maybe in your time, but we can regrow the cells. So that you
Yeah.
don't-
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, that was,
I forgot. 650 years of technology. What happened?
930, actually.
See, my
Even
biggest
worse.
issue with season 3 before it even dropped was I could not wrap my head around. Okay, you've got Star Trek, you've got Discovery, right?
Yes.
So let's bring this into the real world. So you've got a ship of the line from the Age of Sail going up against the Iowa. Right? What the fuck is a ship of the line going to do against any modern battleship? Or frigate, for that, garbage scow, for that matter.
I
Okay?
would like to inform you all that the Discovery is actually on the same level of timeline as the Viking ships. 900.
Yeah, but I tried to be nice and say ship of the line. You know, even
No.
at that point, you're screwed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even a ship of the line because it was a science vessel.
Yeah. So okay, a schooner, a
It's
schooner
yeah.
from the Age of Sail going up against anything of the modern age.
It's the bloody Intrepid, basically, of its era.
It's just it makes no logical sense. So then they go, okay, well, we're going to give it a refit. Okay, cool. Why are you detaching those? What? Yes, they're fucking ugly, but what are you doing? My head, ow, hurts, ow.
Yeah,
Detach
pretty much.
those fucking goddamn warp nacelles. All right.
Yay!
Detachable. Just when I thought they ran out of stupid ideas with the Enterprise J, apparently not.
Yes. It's just absolutely fucking ridiculous. Because the thing is, do you notice that we don't see this drive section, the wheel, spinning around anymore?
No, it's just they've gotten more fancy.
Well, whenever they jumped, they had the saucer hasn't. They've always jumped from looking from the back going forward.
Yeah.
Of the ship. So we haven't
The one
really
time the one time they did it, yeah, the saucer section still moved and they added lights.
because that's part of the
added
design of
lights.
it. Yeah,
They
that's part of the
added
design of it.
fancy lights.
Fancy
But what
light.
still makes me laugh, guys, is pay attention to it. Whenever they say black alert, the camera is always on a black cast member.
For at least a second.
Oy vey. I just think this whole show.
And
needs to go into
I need to bitch about books ship here for a fucking second.
Don't you mean Optimus Prime?
Oh
No.
no.
Optimus
His
Prime
ship-
like that.
Doesn't he say his ship
I'm
can
sorry, the Tetris
morph?
lamp?
Yes.
Yes. So he can configure his ship essentially into almost any configuration that it is capable of doing for whatever he needs.
Seriously,
Seriously, why doesn't he scream it like if it's Power Rangers? It's like, we're going to battle. It's morphin' time! Battle mode! And they just like start screaming out various commands like that. It's like, it's morphin' time! Battering ram! Just what? I mean, it's like, this ship literally, it spins more than a fucking B-Wing
All
does.
I'm going to say is I cannot wait until next week, guys, until Kitana sees the ship morphing. That is going to be spectacular.
Has she seen the ship?
No,
more
she
than
has
me?
not.
Favre did, because he watched
Barb
that one.
did.
but not
and
oh
Firebrose
god.
and not Katala. And that is going to be spectacular. And
See,
I'm going.
I can't wait to listen to that.
get having pieces on ships move and everything, like with the Intrepid, with the nacelles or the Bird of Prey, where its wings moved. But even then, if you look at all of Star Trek, there have been very, very, very few ships that actually had moving visible parts on the exterior of the ship. Very few ships.
Well, I mean, Voyager was that stupid warp nacelle move.
Right, no, but that's what I'm saying. Aside from Voyager and the Bird of Prey, I can't think of any obvious ships that manually had to do something as a basic function of the ship. I can't think of any. Because I mean, Cardassians,
honestly, I'm okay with an older ship, and I'm not talking about like Enterprises, like from around Enterprises era with moving parts. Like, say for talk's sake, they decided in the heat of war to cover the warp nacelles, and they tried with a moving part. That I'm okay with. Not book ship. That is a
book ship is supposed to be the futuristic one. That's why it's the ship of a million parts.
Yeah, I know, right? I want to think that's busted into a million parts.
But it's so stupid. Like the concept itself may sound cool on paper, but putting it into like a Star Trek scenario, well, okay, this ship now has more capability than the Discovery.
Yes.
So it'd make more sense to go after book ships than the Discovery.
Yeah.
And wasn't book ship carrying all the damn
dilithium?
Dilithium at one point? Oh no, then it got transferred over to the Federation, right?
No,
they never actually specified what happened.
No, it's they haven't specified, so basically it's still on book ship.
If we go by the last thing that was said, all of Discovery's dilithium is technically still on book ship because that was the last place that they actually said it was stored. And after that, they never specified what happened to the dilithium.
So why are we risking all the dilithium every fucking episode? Just curious.
No! Wait.
It was moved on to the Federation. Yeah, wasn't it moved to the Federation though?
No, it was moved to Discovery because there's one line. It's like an episode or two after they get to the Federation where they say basically we have to use the spore drive because going by standard warp makes us too much of a tempting target with all this dilithium. So the spore drive is the only way that we can get from point A to point B without being discovered on long-range scanners, and it's the least amount of risk to our dilithium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they still need dilithium as part of their design.
Yeah, it's still been moved back. Okay, well, then that makes a little bit more sense, but still, it's dumb. I don't know. I just think it's the dumbest thing. And then, well, at least we now know why the Discovery leaves the back door open.
Because it doesn't have any doors. I mean, dear God.
No, because the lights get rammed in the ass.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Open from 9 till 5.
It needed to bite the pillow.
No, Discovery just took it hard.
And you know what? Being a wrestling fan, right? I cannot take the character of Book seriously. Because every time I hear Book, I hear Booker T in my head. And I just want to say five-time WCW champion. Every time I hear the name Book, it just messes with my head as a wrestling fan. It's just WWE sue them already. It's like bloody hell.
Please, everybody sue them already. My God, the CBS lawyers must be magic, and Kurtzman must have an ironclad contract.
I don't know.
I
just look at it like, because now I'm probably the only one on this panel, but I liked Picard for the most part. I mean, there were some few stupid
Hang on a
spots.
second. I need to go hurl.
Yeah. I liked where they were going with Picard. I liked that. I'm actually looking forward to season 2.
If you liked it,
Okay.
great for you. I thought it was a fucking piece of diarrhea shit, personally.
Hey,
Yeah,
say
that's
you're
what I said.
coming in
I
on-
prefaced it by saying I'm probably the only one on the panel.
No,
But
I know.
at the same
I
time,
didn't even get the moment to watch it yet because
right? At the same time, if you go from what they were able to do with Picard to this, and then you include that show that only had 5 minutes worth of tape that was worth watching,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
I know, right? Jesus Christ.
Because I mean, I'm sorry, but I was not a Lower Decks fan, except for the last 5 minutes. But even that I thought was a piss off because of all the shows. That's where you bring in the Titan, you assholes. But okay,
Only one episode, and it was only one part of one episode that
that's
I
why I said the last 5 minutes.
like 5. Well, no, it was the part where they go to the Crystal Planet and they have to fight in the gladiatorial arena. And the first officer stabs the chick in the foot to get her to shut up.
Yeah.
And then he goes out there and rips his shirt off and then just beats the crap out of it. Like, that was the only enjoyable 5 minutes of Lower Decks that I actually enjoyed. The rest of it, I just had a headache after every episode.
I will say I did like the Titan coming back.
I honestly didn't get that far because I had too many headaches after watching
So at the end, the last episode, Riker comes in with the Titan, which is something Star Trek fans have been waiting forever. Personally, I would have preferred them do that on Picard, where Riker came in. It should have been the Titan. But okay, you're going to do it with this. All right, fine. But, I mean, that was the only good part. And then, okay, at the end of the season... I don't think. Can I give spoilers? I guess I can give spoilers.
No, because Max just hasn't seen
it.
Okay,
yet. I'm sorry.
Oh, does she want to see it first?
Yes.
Oh, she does. Okay. As if she didn't want to see it, then spoil away. But if she does, then yeah, hold off.
Sorry.
No. You're fine. No, it's just being sensitive to you and what your stuff.
Yeah.
I reworked part of Picard in terms of the main part of some of the story, and I Revan, did I tell you that? Did I?
Oh, you did not.
I thought I did. Okay, so I know we're talking about Discovery, but you just kind of got my mind going back to that.
Yeah.
Picard.
Okay.
So in Picard, remember how the Romulan chick, that house servants, whatever the hell they are.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
How they say, well, have you contacted, War for LaForge? And he's like, I don't want to get anybody involved. Well, what if that housekeeper secretly contacts them and says, hey, Picard needs your help, but he's too stubborn. You know him. He's too stubborn to actually ask for help. He needs you guys, but you guys got to get him a ship.
See, the problem with that was the major problem with Picard is they had too many threads going at the same time.
Yeah.
Like for instance, I would have liked to have gotten the board.
Guys.
Yeah.
Anything we talk about Picard will be a spoiler, so we'll just switch the subject.
Well, I was going to be very vague. I was going to be very vague.
No, I was going to give away large chunks of the show.
Yeah, I was going to be. I can be very vague.
Technically, everything I just said is literally the first episode. So
yeah, I'll be very, very vague. So I would have not included the Borg in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
I would have kept it to the story that they were trying to tell. Yeah. And I would have, like I said, I wouldn't have brought the Borg in because, quite frankly, the Borg need a break. The Borg need to go away for a while. Voyager killed the Borg. They need to go the fuck away for a while. Before the Borg can be a threat again, people need to forget Voyager. Because it is my contention that Voyager did more harm to the Borg than any other integration of Star Trek ever.
Especially, actually, as much as I like the ending of Voyager. I wouldn't actually switch the ending of Voyager. Now, this might sound weird, right? I'd switch the ending of Voyager to season 4, right? Or maybe even season 5. And at the end, and season 6 is them get the first half of season 6 is them getting reacclimatized back to the Alpha Quadrant. And then the second half of season 6 and season 7 is the Voyager with all their enhancement and stuff like that going through the Dominion War. And have Voyager and DS9 focus on the Dominion War. And at the end of Voyager, just out of your what they do is that's when you get a warp and you get either a sovereign class or you get the Enterprise itself, or else you get another new class, a big beefy class, and have on the end of it USS Titan across. And that is when you should have brought back, you should have had Captain Riker in there. But hi, Captain Riker, welcome back to the Alpha Quadrant, ma'am. We're here to help. Who's we? I have brought the 5th Fleet with me. We are the flagship of the 5th Fleet. 5th Fleet? I thought there was only 1 fleet. No, ma'am, there's 11 fleets now at this point that I know of. Just off by hand, but we're here to help. And then you go on with the end of it. And the end of it is you have a double ending. The last episode of Voyager coincides with the last episode of DS9. And then you get a reference as well. Towards the end of it, it's like, did you hear? Well, yes, the new Enterprise has been launched. That's when you bring it out. Or something.
Well, no, because Nemesis takes place after the Dominion War.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
So Riker was not captain yet. He was still
commander.
I know
that. I'm just saying they could say you could even say the Sovereign class. The USS Sovereign has been launched then.
No, but that was no, but the USS Sovereign was around during the Dominion War.
Yeah.
That's right. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
it was.
So you would have the E.
Yes.
Right? You wouldn't have Titan. You'd have the E. And then you would have Picard.
That's why you think about it. But the problem is, as much as we love to bring in the Sovereign class, you also have all the different contracts and stuff. Because
that's why it wasn't done, probably.
Yeah.
What they should have done is,
you got to remember, Riker doesn't leave for the Titan until Nemesis.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Nemesis falls after all of that.
Like not initially, like we're talking like probably maybe 10 years or something like that.
No.
Yeah, because Insurrection takes place, I think, after the Dominion War, I think.
Janeway is still young. Like she still looks and he went
going back to Discovery.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to bring up something. Okay, so
that was a little
Bird of Prey 5. Okay, Bird of Prey 5.
Okay.
Up when I was on Loki's channel and we were doing this and I had a few whiskeys in me. So, like I do every week. So I start drinking at 6:35 in the morning. Goddamn. All right, so
it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Absolutely.
No, it's not.
Bird of Prey 5. So watch that last episode again. But before you do, put the movie Die Hard in your head.
Oh my God, yes. I actually have seen a lot of different people bringing up the comparison, especially with the foot wound and the leg wound.
Yeah.
I said the same thing. I said the exact same thing, actually.
When we watched this, he said,
yep, I said the exact same.
Am I watching a Die Hard movie right now? Or so I'm getting a strong Die Hard feeling.
So if you think about it, they opened with A New Hope, and then they moved into Die Hard.
And then they moved into
and then they moved back to Star Wars because then they had one of those little droidy things become R2D2.
Yeah. No, don't you mean Alpha 5?
No, R2D2.
Hold on,
think
Max,
back
what
to
did
A New Hope.
I remember, but Maxis, what did you call them? A rejected?
The Toys R Us rejects.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
That works. But seriously, he was R2D2.
Yeah. It's so stupid, and
they were trying to find something that was marketable.
Yep.
They were trying to find a way to make another.
They were trying to find their own video.
No, okay. So when I was up at Comic-Con, I saw Nick Frost in the early morning section, right? and he was over at this stall that sells Star Trek stuff. What swept off it was like, I'll call it the Voyager badge, the Next Generation badge, patches to show onto your shirt from TOS, right? The Enterprise Arm patch, and things like that. But what Nick Frost actually done was he picked up a Discovery badge, started laughing, and go, Simon, I'll hate this. I'll take this, please.
That's a good
I absolutely love that. Simon Pegg, one of the writers of the movies, right, actually hates them, and he turned around and he's got a Discovery badge. It's like he'll hate this. And what I actually got for free is I got a Discovery Ensign's badge that Tilly was wearing 10 stone ago on her chest, back before her chest turned into a flotation device and a cardiac risk. I swear to God, like in next season, Tilly's going to be dragged around in a mobility scooter, and then by season 7, Tilly's just going to be known as Tilly the Hutt.
No, Tilly's gonna be in that like wheelchair thing in this episode. She's gonna be like in that, and then like if someone talks to her, she has to just turn around. What was that? Oh, okay, just turn around again.
No, and everything, and she's gonna be there, and her Michael Burnham at the end are gonna be talking and go be. I remember when I could to cake and sweet. What did you say about cake?
Well, go ahead.
No, you go ahead first.
So, does anybody else have a fear? And I can't remember this character's name for the life of me, but the Asian guy. So he got a line this show. So he's dying next episode, right? Yes, that's what usually happens, right? Right. So what ends up happening is the people who don't get lines get a line or two, or we find out something about them, and then they croak.
But not only that, guys, have any of you noticed like that? Yes, I also think that the Admiral is going to die because
Saru's dead.
No, he's the Admiral. The Admiral.
The Admiral's going to be come out to be the big bad booty daddy at the end of this.
Yeah, but Saru's definitely dead.
Saru's dead.
Oh, he's going to die.
Oh, for certain.
Yeah, he's going to die. He's going to die, and.
They needed to get that much closer to that universe where they had, and I quote, Killy Tilly.
Well, you've got to have Captain Burnham by the end of season 3.
They brought her back.
One sec, hold on. Yes, Maxis, they brought her back because they had Tilly, the actress, who has now gained easily about 5 to 10 stone, actually played the same character, but about a year beforehand as Killy Tilly.
Yeah, it was in like 3 episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when they explained how they get rid of Georgiou.
Yes.
Which is it just me, or is that the only role I find Tilly attractive in? And I don't know why, but it's just like seeing Tilly play that version of her is just like the character is actually attractive, and I feel like it suits her better than what we normally get.
Yeah. But do you also realize that this is the first episode where Tilly somehow grabbed a backbone?
I know.
And then the perfect Federation line, right? Well, we have to make it to the bridge no matter what. If somebody gets gunned down, leave the fucker. That's so Federation.
Fuck you, bitch.
Basically, it's like it's hey, random black chick. Oh, you're shot. Keep moving. Fuck you. Keep moving.
No, I could just imagine if that was us. It's like, boom. Oh no, Maxis has been hit. Oh no, I have a wound in my leg. Please help me. This is a very healable wound.
It's
out there with you. But like, I don't get it because it's like. You're giving characters, and the other thing that really pissed me off in this last episode was, okay, whether her makeup is good or not, which it's not, green bad chick, she's been basically pretty well, right?
Yeah.
She's been pretty well played as the badass biatch who takes no names, takes no prisoners, and kills everybody. Right?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Then in this episode, she gets a conscience? What the fuck?
Do you know what's funny?
A and Maxis, could both of you check the private chat and just respond in there for me for a second?
It's up to you. It's your show.
Yeah.
No, well, they know him. I'm just saying,
it's your show, dude.
It's your call. It's your call. I mean, we're your guests. You can kick us all off right now if you wanted to. I mean,
it's your rodeo, dude.
Yeah.
But
so anyway, apart from that,
I knew
you Irish prick.
I saw that coming along.
I saw that too. I'm like, he's gonna do it. Watch.
I saw that coming. Common sense. You'll love this then. So I'm going to tell you what I got Revan for Christmas.
Oh God, this should be good.
All right, so Revan and I were discussing this particular live stream, and it was right around Christmas. And Revan was telling me that he had this travesty of that he doesn't get the episode the day of.
No, I don't.
So I have made it my mission that day of he gets the link so that he can watch it day of, because that's how nice of a person I am.
Yeah. Guys, could any of you out there listening who has any military connections, please bomb Rambling House. I woke up one morning after having a lovely nap. My dog was beside me on the armchair, nice and cozy. I had a lovely lunch and everything. The heater was on. I was sitting there lovely and grand. Next thing I got a ding from Rambling on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, okay, what's this? Discovery link. I'm like, oh, God damn it.
I'm such a nice person.
It's I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
I plead the fifth. I'm not gonna.
Well, yeah, but I'm there and I'm looking, and I'm just looking at it. And is it me, or does this fucking actress looks like she cut her own hair herself?
She probably did.
Yeah, she did a Karen. She did a Karen.
She did a Karen, yeah. And it's like the scientist. Those of you who don't know, who have actually seen the episode, the scientist in the wheelchair is actually the same actor from series 1 who ate Giorgio, and he played that Kling Orc's father, and the actor has actually lost the ability to walk in real life. So let's make fun of him. My God, that man did not act like a genuine human being. I'm sorry, he didn't act like a human. Oh yes, Osira, you will free us from the yoke of dilithium. How? And they were comparing 950-year-old technology. You're telling me that when the Federation fell, there wasn't a massive raid on the Federation technology, no?
Well, whatever was left. Remember,
Kaboom.
Like 90% of the starships, if not more, blew, and we don't know we don't even know what happened to a lot of the Federation's assets even then. We don't know. It was never said.
All we know is that Earth has a big tree who everybody hugs. Not checking up what descendants their family has. Nah, nothing of that whatsoever, but just to hug the big tree in the front yard.
Because they had to bring a new meaning to tree hugger.
Well,
I was about to make a reference to that, actually. You beat me to it.
Sorry, not sorry.
I ain't complaining. I'm just glad it was said.
Speaking of sorry, not sorry, why don't we bring up the fact that there should be a really dead dude that showed up today?
Yes.
You remember the parasitic ice?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that dude, that chocolate fuck.
You mean he only got a tiny scar on his arm? Let alone
he knew that he was coming back, though.
There.
The second they let that sumbitch go, we all went, that fucker's coming back near the end.
Do you realize that the actor forgot something?
Well, it should
The
have at least
actor
been on the legs
cannot
or
move his
something.
hand. No, the actor can't move his hand. The character can't move his hand. But when he was
And then
going away, he waved his hand at Book. He moved his fingers like goodbye and tipped his head as he was going away from Book. Like, and then did not move his hand the rest of the episode. It's like, oh yeah, I cannot move my hand. It is really, really sore. Owie, owie.
This whole show makes no damn logical sense. You can't apply logic to this show at all.
And then we had Michael St. On High Burnham running around the ship like some sort of deranged stormtrooper. And to save everyone, it's like, oh, I know, I'll get Stamets off the ship. Instead of jumping the ship and evacuating Stamets then. But she's there and she's like, oh, and what happened to Stamets? I said, oh, Burnham, we came to the future for you. Okay, you're going bye-bye out to the... Guys, have any of you heard the sound effect that they put in on the shield? When they turned it on, it literally sounded like the sound effect where someone had hit a balloon. It goes, boom.
It sounded like the underwater stuff that you would hear in the early 90s.
But the whole premise of this episode was completely stupid. Why would you let, obviously something's not right. If this major battleship hasn't destroyed Discovery yet,
but it doesn't want to destroy.
Why are you letting it in the shields? For starters, if it's not responsive, why are you letting it in the shields? For starters. Second,
just adding a bit of logic. The ship does, and they know that the ship doesn't want to destroy Discovery. It wants Discovery, and it needs a hole, and it needs Stamets alive.
Why are you letting it in the shields?
Because they're stupid.
I don't.
It's called wannabe show writers.
I have another question. Is this Admiral the last male who works in Starfleet?
I have no idea.
Because there's no males. I was looking at all the episodes of all the scenes in the future. There's no men. It's all women.
And this surprises you. Why?
Yeah.
It looks like the cast
it's a matriarchal society now.
Yeah.
No, wait, no, there were some men. I think they were like alien. No, there were men when they had all the captains around.
Yeah, well, they're gone now.
No, there are men in Starfleet. There, I just proved you wrong. Suck it.
Well, they're sick of it.
And
for how long?
What is up with these new uniforms? They are ugly.
They are.
They're very
communist. They look genuinely communist army.
Ugly. They look ugly.
They look like boxes.
Can I just bring something in also that really irked me? When she's like, we are a capitalist society. When have you ever heard that fucking term actually used in Star Trek? Correct me now, I could be wrong on this, so feel free to correct me, but did the Ferengi actually say they were a capitalist society?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And actually, Kirk and Spock had that exact conversation.
Right, but what I'm saying is that capitalism at this point, why would you say, oh, we're a capitalist society, we want to join you?
The best part about it is that wasn't the crux. Go back and watch it. It was her telling the Admiral, right, that capitalism had snuck back in to the Federation, and that was the problem with the Federation right now.
It was already in the Federation, and it was going well.
The whole point of this episode was her saying that capitalism had gotten back in to
the
Federation
and
as a bad.
And when she said that, it's like, yes, all your ways lead to slavery, leads to atrocities.
Yeah.
And I'm there and I'm talking. And I think it was CSA that I said to him, you know what? So this basically confirms one of the stupid theories that have been going around for a long time, that the Federation is a communist utopia.
Basically.
Yeah, Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, this is people who, this is their livelihood, like YouTubers who do Star Trek, like, because obviously some people will say, wait, hold on a second, the Federation is like if you look at how the Federation and Starfleet and everything is done in terms of a economy perspective, quote unquote, it mirrors more of a communist society than anything else. It's not capitalistic.
Actually, the word utopia is actually a communist idea.
No, I know, but that's what a lot of people who way overanalyze it say.
Yeah.
You know, and do you know what? Here's the thing: if the Federation's that way, great. I don't bring real world shit into my sci-fi because then it taints it, and that's what Discovery's been doing since the very beginning.
Actually,
you know,
speaking about that, I was on the Twat Box, also known as Twitter, yesterday, and I saw this thing where people were saying that the Empire and the First Order were not based after. We have to say it like this, guys. CSA and Maxis, so listen to the way. A certain German political party from the 1940s. Okay? Yeah, you cannot say the words, right? So they weren't based after them, but they were actually based after America. Right?
Yeah. I have no comment.
That George Lucas based them on America. And that the rebels were actually the people trying to free themselves from being underneath America. And I'm thinking to myself, oh.
What? Again, you taint sci-fi when you bring realism into it. That's the beauty of sci-fi.
Yeah.
Do something that Laura would kill me for, but oh well.
I mean, it's that's the problem. And I think all of us would agree that if you're looking at either Picard or Discovery or Lower Decks or go even into Star Wars with ever since Disney acquired
well, I'd say The Mandalorian.
No, I'm saying everything that Disney has done since they acquired Star Wars. It has all been with a lot of real world ideals and thinking put into it.
Yes.
They keep straying from the source material in terms of sticking to in-universe and thinking how it is in-universe. They don't do it any. I'm not gonna lie. That's very much no. I'm sorry. I don't see that comparison. I don't. I said his uniform looks Bajoran. Actually, the Admirals. I said his uniform looks Bajoran. It doesn't.
I've also agreed on that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like something from like Stalin or anything like that. It doesn't. But that's just something I think that sci-fi is missing. Get back to your roots.
But if you look at even DS9 in the middle of war, they always had hope. You could see that there was relationships and friendships built. Quark, who went from being this snivelly little wheezebag, I genuinely felt that he genuinely loved his nephew. And you felt that in the middle of war when he was standing there, he looked at his nephew, who was used to being a little boy, standing there serving, being a man. And he actually looked proud at that moment.
Yeah, but Revan, there's lots of love in Discovery. I mean, Stamets adopted what's-her-face.
But does she know?
She didn't. He didn't actually adopt her, but let's get them. But that's just some minutiae. So let's,
Hey,
he insinuates it pretty hard.
Well, he does, but I think.
Hey, Maxon, you're younger than I am. Congratulations! I have adopted you. You are my world.
He insinuates it pretty hard.
He does, and do you know what? If that conversation had actually happened, that was resembling that in any way, shape, or form, I wouldn't have an issue with that. Statement.
I actually think where it was meant to have taken place, and this is just stupid. Do you remember the episode where it turned around and it's like, oh, they, my pronouns are they, them? I think it was that episode where Agia basically threw up into her mouth, and when they heard female pronouns, and oh my gosh, and it's like they are going to bed, and then Hugh and Stamets kissed. These two characters have kissed more than any other couple in Star Trek history.
Maybe
they have a quota.
Yeah, it's here's the thing. I don't care if you have a gay couple on Star Trek.
No, I don't either.
I legitimately don't. It's when you put so much of a focus on them and when neither character is actually very interesting at all. They're both very boring characters. There's not a whole lot of character development with them even as a couple even. Yeah. There really isn't.
That's what most characters in the show at this point.
No, I know, but
cardboard cutouts. But no. Put extra emphasis on the cardboard with these two.
No, and I agree with that. What I'm saying though specifically is because they are both gay characters in a relationship. They are putting so much emphasis on them. When I wouldn't have issue with that, but the story doesn't dictate the level of emphasis you're putting on them in the relationship. Like if you want to put if you put a whole lot of effort into each individual character, then that transfers into their relationship. But you haven't done anything with either one of them, really. You haven't.
You know what I actually liked with Hugh and Stamets? It was really one scene, right? In season 1, Marcus, you might remember, I think you were watching this with me and Vixen at the time.
Probably.
Yeah, but it's remembering because it was so many years ago.
My memory says no with a lot of things. But go for it.
So Stamets and Hugh were like when in one of the first few episodes after they were introduced, right? They were standing together at the taps, brushing their teeth, talking to each other, and it just felt genuine. And then after that, it went downhill.
But what we're forgetting too is Hugh isn't even Hugh anymore.
No, Hugh's technically not even human.
No.
He's not.
Nope.
Is he technically he's obviously not dead. Is he still technically part of the mycelial network?
Yeah.
Yeah. Technically,
he's made up of he's Mushroom Boy. But like the whole thing is so convoluted that it's just you just go fuck it, right? Because you gave Stamets depth when you killed off his lover in a way, right? That was a growing part for him, and then you could have had him overcome that and blah blah blah. No, you just bring back the freaking character like, oh, surprise! It cheapens the death scene.
Yeah, it does.
To a degree, which is the same thing in Picard, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, but do you actually know why Hugh came back? Why he brought Hugh back? Not in the show. I mean, the actual reason why.
No, because I don't pay attention to the politics. Okay. I don't have that kind of migraine.
Because a load of the SJWs bitched, whined, and cried that they killed off a black gay character that they brought him back.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
They needed to fit more for their fan fiction.
It does.
Yeah.
But we've been going for over an hour bitching about this episode. So I'll say about another 5 minutes and then we'll wrap it up.
All right.
Yeah, we probably said about 48, almost 49 more minutes than probably needed to be said about this episode.
I thought we were just going to come on, say it's not bad for shit, and then log off. I thought that was the whole plan.
Have you ever listened to the Common Man Cast's live streams? We will rant for God knows how long and then be like, holy shit, we've gone for over 2 hours. The hell were we talking about 2 hours ago?
I know.
It happens all the time.
I've been on a few, yes.
Yeah, you have.
Yep.
Okay, so the 2 viewers who we have left, I'm sorry for boring you. But thanks for sticking with us. And join us next week when hopefully I'll have on most of Common Man Cast. and Maxis, who technically is a part of the Mycelial Network. Congratulations, Maxis.
And the Common Man cast will, most if not all the Common Man cast will have consumed alcohol. How much depends on each member.
Well, yes, it'll be a very. Oh yes, it'll be mandatory. Rambling, you're invited as well. This is going to be a special thing of the finale. Well, guys, thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time. Stay safe and be well.
Take her easy, folks.
Take her easy, y'all.